Alright, so starting with a clean and moisturized face, we're first going to prime our eyes using our Urban Decay Primer Potion in the original formula. And then I'm going to move on to priming my face using my One Heck of a Blot primer from Soap and Glory. And now we're just going to go into our brows. So I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil in the dark brown shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my brow hairs just to make sure they look nice and full but still natural. And here you see that I'm just filling in my arch and then brushing those hairs back up. To clean up my brows, I'm going to take my MAC Concealer Duo in the shades NW40 and NC45, and I'm just going to take mostly the NC45 shade on both the bottom and the top of my brows to clean up that shape. Now for my foundation today, I'm going to take my Lancome Teint Idole 24-Hour Wear Makeup Foundation, in the shade 470 Suede C. And I'm just taking a Real Technique stippling brush to go ahead and evenly apply that all over my face. And honestly, just a couple of pumps, like 1.5 pumps of that foundation, is enough to cover your entire face, so it definitely goes a long way. And now to highlight and conceal my under eye area, I'm just going to take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC45. And I'm taking that same BH Cosmetics brush that I used to conceal my brows to go ahead and apply this concealer under my eyes, across my T-zone, on my chin, cupid's bow, and right under my jawline, or right under my cheekbones, excuse me. For my contour shade, I'm just going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Dark Cocoa, and I'm just going to apply that right at my cheekbones and then blend everything out using a damp beauty blender. Now to set my highlight areas, I'm going to take one of my favorites, my Dermablend Loose Setting Powder in the shade Warm Saffron, and I'm just going to apply that everywhere that I put the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And then I'm going to go into my Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette and take that contour shade right over my contour areas as well as my forehead and right under my jawline. And I'm using just a nice fluffy, I think this is a blush brush from BH Cosmetics, but it's a relatively medium-sized fluffy brush. Now to finish everything, I'm just going to take a small amount of my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and buff that over all of the areas of my face and blend out all of the powders that I've already set. Now I'm just taking my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus to go ahead and fix all of the base foundations and setting powders together and just make everything blend seamlessly. And for my eyes, I'm going into my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, one of my favorites, and I'm just going to take that shade Puree that you see here and apply that as a transition shade on both of my eyes. Next, I'm taking the shade right here and I'm just going to apply that just under the Puree shade. I'm sorry, I just forgot the name of it, but I'll be sure to include that in the description below. And then I'm going to take Charmed I'm Sure right here in this corner and apply that in the outer V, as well as drag that into the crease of my eyes. Now I'm going to carve out a half cut crease, one of my favorite things to do, using my MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And I'm just taking another BH Cosmetics brush. This is also a concealer brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the inner half of my lids and make sure I define that crease. And now it's time for me to give myself a break with this Kit Kat bar. Sorry, I had a snack attack. And then I'm going to go into Candied Peach from the Sweet Peach palette and apply that over the majority of my lid. Going back into the shades Charmed I'm Sure and Summer Yum, I'm going to go ahead and put those on the outer V of my eyes and just go ahead and use Summer Yum closest to that Candied Peach color and Charmed I'm Sure in the very outer V, just to give my eyes some more depth. And then I'm going to take those shades and take those with a smudger brush right on my lower lash line, just to go ahead and smoke that out as well. So now I'm going to line my eyes using my Wet n Wild H2O Proof liner in Blackest Black. And I'm just going to give myself a nice wing. And honestly, y'all, I just could not be bothered with falsies when I was recording this. It was like the middle of the night, so I decided that I was just going to try to lengthen and volumize my own natural lashes as much as I could. So you're going to see me do that with my mascara. So I'm just going to take my L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga mascara and give a couple of coats, and then I'll go ahead and do my waterline with my Wet n Wild pencil, which is a nude peachy color, just to brighten my eyes and open them up. Now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of blush from Milani, and this is in the shade Coral Cove, and I think this shade is so beautiful on my skin. I'm not usually a fan of blush, so I like more of a toned down, more peachy coral color rather than a bright pink or anything like that. And then I'm just going to go in with the shade Just Peachy from the Sweet Peach palette and do a little bit of a subtle inner corner highlight. I didn't use any actual highlighters in this tutorial because I want it to be more muted. And then I'm just going to line my lips with my lip pencil from my The Bold brand lip kit in Voodoo. And then I'm going going to take that matte liquid lippy from the kit, also in Voodoo, and just apply a couple of layers of that to my lips. And this is going to be all for the look, you guys, so I really hope you're enjoying this toned down, casual, vampy look. It's definitely getting close to our last chances to vamp it out for this before the spring really gets here. So I hope you all enjoy, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.